I felt like a psychopath. I was like, I can't wait to see death. And then it just didn't come. You need to call me a woman. Well, they don't say that. They say, you need to call me a woman. Do the right thing. Kill it. Kill it. Okay, 10th episode.
This is the 10th.
This is the 10th episode that we're doing, and we're back in the same spot that we started in. So yeah, let's get this going, man. I'm excited. Let's have a chat. Oh, a chat. That was really bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice road, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a nice. What are we talking about today? Before we get into the topics, I have a message for people.
Okay.
Right. So I live in a wonderful city called Newport in Wales, right? And there's another place in Wales called Haverfordwest.
Okay.
And I went to Haverfordwest recently. I went to a petrol station. I paid for some petrol. I left my wallet. Now you see where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
I left my wallet on the side. I looked away for a few seconds. Looked at my phone, texted my girlfriend. Absolutely beautiful. And then I looked back. It was gone. Right? And kids were walking by. So some kids from Haverfordwest took my wallet. So I had to get a new wallet, a new card, a new work card, a new club card. I had to get a new everything. So I have a message to any mothers in Haverfordwest. Okay? If, you're a happy couple living in Haverfordwest, right? And, all of a sudden you've fallen pregnant. I want you to know, abort it. Because there is no hope for kids who live in Haverfordwest. There is no hope. If they're going to be stealing Sad's wallet over here, alright? There is no hope for it. So, do the right thing. Kill it. Kill it. Alright. Yeah, that was it.
The Beatles movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Or should I say, movies?
Huh?
You don't know about this, do you?
I actually don't know.
Okay.
I heard there was going to be a film.
I
know the cast members.
Let me just quickly make sure this is correct. There's not just going to be one Beatles movie.
No.
There's going to be 4.
What?
Each one telling each story of each Beatle.
Of each Beatle? Nah.
And they all
Nah.
They all come out at the same time in a short period by Sam Mendes.
Sam Mendes is making 4 Beatles movies. And
in April 2028.
What the bloody hell's the point in that?
And they'll all be released in April of 2028.
All of them?
All of them.
Why not just put them all into one big film? I don't get it.
Don't know, they want to do 4 different things.
Why?
Don't know.
That can't be right. I saw a picture of all 4 of the cast members.
Yeah.
In the same picture.
Yeah, it'll be the Beatles.
Yeah, I know, but
then each one will tell the story of each of them. Look, the director of American Beauty. And what else did he do? He did Skyfall. He did Empire of Light.
It's Sam Mendes, isn't it?
Sam Mendes, yes.
Didn't he do 1917?
He did 19.
Yeah.
Did he do? Yeah,
1917.
Yeah.
1917. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Fantastic director, and if he manages to pull this off well, then fair play. Personally, I think I'd just rather a Beatles movie. I think I'd rather just a Beatles movie. I don't know. I don't think I need 4 different films. I get they were all some of the 4 of the best musicians of all time, 100%. Yeah. But still, I reckon they could have.
It's never been done though. So
yeah, never been done.
Let's see what it's like, and then
who knows? Maybe he thought if they did a Beatles movie, it wouldn't show the impact that each of them had. I think if he if he did do a Beatles movie, maybe he thought it'd just all be on what's his name,
Lennon.
Paul McCartney and John Lennon, who were the front two, weren't it?
Yeah.
And none of the...
And the other two stories really haven't got like that
Much
much.
attention. No, they haven't. No,
so
they
it'd be
haven't.
interesting to see
Yeah.
that. And
George Harrison is being played by Joseph Quinn.
yeah, what do you think about the casts?
I think, yeah.
I think it looks good.
I mean, you don't know, do you? You don't really know with you don't know how they're gonna play, but I know they're good actors. You know, Joseph Quinn especially, coming off the back of Joseph Quinn's been in everything.
Yeah, he's in Warfare. This new film is coming out.
Yeah, he's in the Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. He's in he was in Quiet Place sequel.
Yeah, exactly. He's been everywhere. I think
Yeah.
him being in Stranger Things really
Massively kicked him off.
kicked him off for sure. Yeah, but
Yeah.
But yeah, no, him being great, Barry Keoghan being in it as well.
Yeah.
Barry Keoghan's a great actor. So
Yeah,
the other two I'm not familiar with. I knew the one. What? I'm not familiar with the other two. No.
What's his name? I can't remember his name. Paul Mescal.
I mean, I've heard of him. I don't. What's he in?
Normal People. Gladiator 2.
I didn't watch Gladiator 2. I was so
No, neither.
uninterested in Gladiator 2.
Yeah,
I heard
same.
it was good as well. But
Yeah, I didn't watch either.
I heard it was good.
But Normal People, Charles. Come on now. Daisy Edgar Jones.
Paul Mascot. I've never heard of Paul Mascot.
How? Crazy
I've heard his
guy.
name. I just haven't heard of
After
him.
Sun?
I've never seen After Sun.
Neither.
You toss
I will watch it.
And who's the other one?
Hmm.
Who's the other one?
I don't know him. I know. I don't know. He has been in one thing. I think. I don't think.
You never know, do you? But-
Harris Dickinson.
God, I wonder how they're going to get Yoko Ono in this film, in
Yeah.
the John Lennon film.
Yeah.
Yeah, who are they going to get to play that? They don't even, you know what? They might as well just get an actual Japanese person or something. She was Japanese, I'm assuming, right?
Well, let's see if you're going to get cancelled. No. What's her name?
No,
What's her name? Yoko Moto.
Yoko Ono.
Yoko Ono.
No, not Toko. Yoko Ono.
Japanese, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Is she Japanese?
Yeah.
92!
Oh, she could be in it.
She's 92!
Yeah, she could be in it.
What's she? Is she Japanese? Yeah, she's Japanese. Aha!
Oh.
See? She's Japanese.
Yeah, she was on the cover of Beautiful Boy, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Album cover.
Yeah. But they could just get any Japanese person. They don't even have to speak English. And they could play Yoko Ono.
Yeah, she was a weird woman. wasn't
Yeah,
she?
they could just
Yoko
walk in
Ono.
and just go... And then...
That's not even being racist. That's what she said.
No. That is
Yeah.
generally what Yoko Ono sounded
Yeah.
like and did. Have you seen the clip? There is such a funny clip online of Yoko Ono. It's the Beatles, and they collaborated with Chuck Berry. You know Chuck Berry?
Yeah, I know Chuck Berry.
Johnny Be Good. Yeah, you know that. Johnny Be Good does not sound like that, but
Johnny Be Good.
yeah, no. Johnny Be Good. Never. Just watch Back to the Future. But yeah, they collaborate, right? Have you never seen this clip? You've never seen it. And they're singing some song, and Yoko Ono in the background just starts wailing over the microphone.
Oh, I've seen it.
You have seen it.
Yeah.
She
You
just
sho-
starts
you showing
going
it?
oh, over the microphone in the background. You see Chuck Berry's face just go, ooh. And it got that bad that the sound people turned off their microphone, so you could see her wailing again,
Yeah.
but you can't hear anything. Because they turned off the microphone. Yeah, but I don't know what John Lennon saw in her. I mean, she seems nice,
Yeah.
but oh my god.
Yeah. Do you reckon they'll do the assassination?
Oh yeah, of course they got it. Well, I mean, actually no, maybe not.
I reckon they will.
Maybe not.
I
Who
reckon they
knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I think they will. Anyway, that was the Beatles. I'm looking forward to it. So, Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Have you watched it?
I have.
Did you like it?
I did. I don't think it's his best film,
Okay.
but I did like it a lot.
They're making a second one.
Yeah, this I did hear. I gotta be like, when you told me
It was on April Fool's.
it was on April Fool's Day,
Yeah, so
I thought it was a joke.
I thought it was I kind of thought.
I thought it was a joke. No, you thought it was real, and I said no. It was released on April Fool's Day. It was a joke.
Yeah.
And then I found out it was real.
Yeah. So yeah.
Why there's a sequel? I'm a bit
It's-
baffled.
No, what it was is basically, you know how Quentin Tarantino's trying to write his 10th film.
He's trying to write his last film.
His
isn't
last
he?
film,
Yeah.
his 10th film. And he was basically going to write a film about called The Movie Critic. And he started writing it. And he hated it. and it just turned into somehow a sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So now he's give the script to David Fincher, and David Fincher's decided to direct it, because if he directs the sequel, then that's his 10th film. But he doesn't want it to be that. He wants it to be something else. Personally, I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood would have been the best film to go out on.
Yeah, that's what you think?
Yeah, because if he just manned up and said, Kill Bill was two parts, and they were 2 different films. They weren't one. Then he would have had 10 films. But he says they're 1. So, yeah.
Well, they're not 1.
No, but he says they're 1. That's why there's a thing called The Whole Bloody Affair, where it's basically a combination of both the films, and they're put together. And that's what he wanted. Because he says they're 1 film. So in reality, if you separate them, then he's made 10 films. But he says...
But he says he hasn't made 10 films.
He said he's made 9. Brad Pitt's confirmed. Leonardo DiCaprio's not confirmed yet.
Wow.
So if Leonardo DiCaprio's not in it, then he'll follow Cliff Booth.
Margot Robbie won't be in it because she's dead.
No.
The character's dead.
No, she's not.
You didn't get the joke. Okay.
I did. Sharon Tate died. Yeah. I've seen the film.
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't in the film. It was in real life, so I thought you wouldn't get it.
No, I
did
got
get
it.
it.
Yeah. But I'm interested because David Fincher's work is like, did he do Gone Girl and all
that? Didn't he do Fight Club?
Fight Club.
I did Fight Club. David Fincher.
David Fincher. Didn't he do
fantastic director.
7 as well? David.
To be honest, he's so underrated.
David, I don't think he's underrated.
He's underrated. He doesn't get talked about.
Gone Girl, The Social Network. He does quite dark films.
Yeah, Social Network. Yeah.
And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was very Tarantino, wasn't it? It was colours.
Oh yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
You know. It was,
yeah. So I'm surprised he's not gonna make it dark. I hope he doesn't make it dark.
Well, I'm just confused on how he's gonna approach it, because every single one of his films
is dark.
Has got these dark colours and dark tones, and even The Killer. Have you watched The Killer?
I haven't actually seen that one. No.
I'm interested to see where he's going to go with it, because it's one of my favourite Tarantino films, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah. So, yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't say it's his best.
You should rewatch it.
No, I've watched it a few times now, and I've always thought it's not his best. Like it's a good film. It's got some good stuff in it. Like I could watch it all again. Like I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
On Tarantino standards, but I just don't think it's as good as his other films. Like I'd rather watch The Hateful Eight than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
You never used to like that.
I didn't. No.
I
just thought it was too long. But no, I love it. Django Unchained, I'd rather watch. Inglourious Bastards. You know, Kill Bill, both of them.
I wouldn't.
Actually, no. The second one there. Kill Bill Volume 1 though, I'd rather watch over that. But
really. Okay.
Yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I thought it was very good film.
I just loved it. Everything.
It was very different as well to what Tarantino does usually, because his films are usually very, very violent, and that film barely had any violence. I was watching the whole film.
That exactly the same.
I was watching the whole film. I was like, where's the violence?
I was like, is this Tarantino film? Is this just because he's got older? And then that one scene came on.
I felt like a psychopath. I was like, I can't wait to see death. And then it just didn't come. I was like, it just didn't come.
So real.
And then near the end of the film, that scene with Brad Pitt and the Manson family members started coming in, and I was like, and I was sick in my head as well. I was like, why is this an 18 rated film if there's no violence in it? Yeah. And then I watched the end bit with the Manson family, and I was like, that's why it's an 8. Right, okay.
I hated it the first time I watched it.
I know. I remember you telling me.
And I rewatched it, and now it's one of my favourite films. So
I didn't realise. That one of the near the end of the film, the Manson family bloke, the guy with the long hair, is Austin Butler.
Yeah.
I didn't even realise that.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that because he's so covered in he looks so different.
I think that's what kind of set him off for the Elvis film.
Yeah, no, it did. No, actually, no. I think he was confirmed. The Elvis film, I remember seeing it on IMDb nearly 10 years ago. So it was confirmed he was playing Elvis so many years ago.
It had so many upcoming stars in it, didn't it? It had Mikey Madison.
It did,
it had Maya Hawke. Austin Butler. It had, who else was in it? Margaret Qualley.
But that's what we think about the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood sequel.
Okay, so the Supreme Court has ruled that trans women are not real women as a law.
Okay. What is your opinion on that? Honest opinion there.
Well, I don't even know. I don't know why there's an argument about it. Trans women are trans women. Biological women are biological women. I don't. What's the argument? You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
I know. I just don't get why that.
Well, they should.
Why is there an argument that trans women are real women? Because surely, if you're trans, you're supposed to be proud that you're trans. Why are you trying
to say you're a real woman? Yeah. I'm not being funny. You know what pisses me off? When people who, like, supposed trans women, they don't get the proper, procedures and all. They just pop on a dress and some lipstick, and no, it's true. They just pop on a dress, say they're trans, and then they're going online saying, "Oh, you need to call me a woman." Well, they don't say that. They say, "You need to call me a woman." Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like, you should be proud that you're trans. You shouldn't be trying to call yourself a real woman, because you're not. You were born either a bloke or a woman. Simple as that. If you were born a bloke and you turned into a woman, then you are a trans woman.
Which is why I don't understand that. Why is there an argument about it? Why are you trying to debate with people? Do you not want the title that you're trans? Are you ashamed of being trans? What?
I don't know. It just it kind of contradicts their whole argument, really, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, you're supposed to be proud of your sexuality or whatever, and now you're trying to hide that and say you're something else. I don't.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah,
it's baffling.
Mind you, people they need to say they're trans women because it could trick people. Because some trans women, you can't tell. Genuinely, you cannot tell. Like I told you, didn't I? I remember watching Euphoria for the first time. I remember seeing Hunter Schafer on the screen. And I honestly thought it was just a woman. Honestly, swear to God, it wasn't until I searched her up.
I find her attractive as well.
I find her attractive. I'm not afraid to admit that. I find her attractive now. I think she's stunning. She's a trans woman, but I think she's stunning as fuck. But it wasn't until I searched her up that I found out she was a trans woman, and I was a bit shocked. Like, they need to say the trans woman, otherwise, like, where's the line? You know what I mean? If you just say, I'm a woman, then I mean, I guess, I don't know. There's some arguments for that.
What?
I don't know. I saw one woman. She went on. Well, one trans woman. She went on. I think it was Good Morning Britain when Piers Morgan was on there.
Okay.
And she said she'd never refer to herself as a trans woman, and if she did, that all her friends would go ballistic. And then she said there are two genders, the male and female, and that's it. And I'd never refer to myself as a trans woman. And there's a bit of a...
Trans woman is not a... That's not a...
Well, yeah, she's just... I think the argument was they were talking about how many genders there are, so they got this woman on to say there's only two genders, and she's saying I'd never refer to myself as a trans woman.
There's two,
Yeah, which I understand, but at the same time, it's like, you've kind of got to, because, like, you can... This woman, you can tell they're a trans woman. This person that went on Piers Morgan, you can tell straight away, but... Some people you just can't, because they proper got female voices, some of them, and it's like, oh my God, it's almost scary. Because it's scary, like how good some transformations come out. Sometimes they're just obvious.
That's good for them, isn't it?
Yeah, but sometimes they are just most of the time actually. I find that they are just too obvious. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, what was one? The actress who went on Baby Reindeer. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But looks wise, you can tell a bit, can't you? You can, but the voice is all female, really, isn't it? But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I've never said trans women are real women. Yeah.
No,
they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have no problem with that. I don't know about people, but I don't have a problem with that.
With what?
The
Supreme Court.
Yeah, the Supreme Court doing that. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Do you?
No, we might be missing some details. There might be other things
Yeah.
that they don't get because of this, but
Yeah.
from
Well, in
what we know-
America, there are things they don't get.
What?
Well, Under Schaefer, another example. Under Schaefer posted a video recently where she got her passport back, and it said in the passport that she was a male, which I don't know is a bit, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
agree
a
with
bit,
you.
yeah. It's just like, I don't know. I didn't like it. There's something about it I didn't like. I don't know. You go through
that,
because
just,
I've read what
yeah.
the transformation is like,
Yeah.
and it sounds grueling. Like, it sounds absolutely fucking awful. You know what I mean? So to go through all of that, pay for it and all, and then still have your identity come back and it's written male in it, I find it a bit cruel.
Cool. Yeah.
To say the word.
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But again, there's got to be a line drawn, haven't there? You gotta refer to yourself as trans. You can't be trying to pretend you're not.
Yeah.
But
well, yeah.
I agree with the Supreme Court. I don't know about you, Riff, but
yeah.
But yeah. Right, Tommyinnit has made the news. Well, I say he's made the news. He's made something. So Tommyinnit, the Minecraft YouTuber who went absolutely viral, young lad. I don't know how old he is. I think he's 20, something like that.
20,
he's a young lad. He's about my age. He is now going into a different path in his career, stand-up comedy. And we've seen a bit of his stand-up comedy. What's your opinion on it, right?
Certainly something.
Yeah, but
that he should give up.
Look, okay, we're not trying to make fun of Tommyinnit here, because I think he's a good lad. From what I've seen, I think he's a good lad. He's a good YouTuber. He's clearly very smart. And stand-up comedy is a very, very hard thing
to get
into. Yeah. It's a very hard career. But fuck me, the clips that I saw of this guy's attempt at stand-up comedy was actually a bit cringeworthy.
Yeah.
Mate, all I saw was a clip of him singing Santa on stage, a Santa song, a Christmas song on stage. I can't remember which one it was, but he just sang the whole song, and he barely like added. I don't even know why he did it. He didn't change it. He just sang it, and it was like, is this stand-up comedy or is this karaoke? It's just, I don't know it was just bizarre. I was just like, fucking hell, people have paid money to watch this.
Talking about songs, yeah.
Do
you know Dream and all that?
Oh yeah. They had beef, didn't they?
They did have beef, yes.
What was that about? I didn't know what that was about. I'm not into the whole Minecraft YouTuber thing.
Let me search it up. Tommyinnit also called out Dream for being sexist towards women and behaving negatively toward him.
Okay.
This is the song.
Oh, you're gonna get the song up. Oh no.
Am I going crazy? Left-wing sexists hiding their secrets. You don't even really like this. Everyone sells everything, nothing means anything. This is a hollow, shallow, saddening. The internet's getting worse.
The internet's getting worse. It's ironic, isn't it? The internet's getting worse, so he makes a song. And the internet getting worse whilst making something that's making the internet worse. It's dreadful.
And he has a little bit. What is the Arsenal back?
Who cares? You know, I don't use that word, but still. The internet's getting worse.
He did that, and then he did stand-up comedy.
Yeah, but the stand-up comedy thing was way worse than that. Oh, mate, even the way, like, the introduction to his comedy and all, he had his back turned, and there's just this person in the background going, now enter comedy. Comedy is beginning. It's just like, what's happening? What's going on here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just stop. look, like I said, Tommy, look, stand-up comedy is hard to get into, so I'm not, having a go at him or anything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a bit like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just, I don't know. Hopefully it all goes well. I don't know. And I hope you don't make the internet wild. The internet's getting wild. Jake Paul. His new boxing opponent has just been announced.
Yeah.
Now, you'd think he'd learned his lesson from fighting, taking advantage of an old legend in front of millions of people and making as much money as possible while doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Taking advantage of a guy who has admitted to almost dying months before. Has been seen on crutches and in a wheelchair. You'd think he'd learnt his lesson by now. But no! He's picking on more people that are clearly past their prime. And it's just, honestly, the boxing world is thick. I don't get how they're falling for this and thinking it's a good fight. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. He's just taking steps back, Jake Paul. Isn't he? He's just taking, it's like, honestly, he says he wants to be a world champion, and he's like, let me just find a worse opponent, and he's tricking people while doing it. It's dreadful. It's dreadful. There were people actually supporting him fighting Mike Tyson. Fuck everybody who had anything to do with it, making that event. They're all fucking money-hungry cunts, all of them. But yeah, this fight here is, it's better than the Mike Tyson fight, I'll give him that, but still quite bad. He is fighting Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
That's a mouthful, isn't it?
I know. So, Julio Cesar Chavez is one of the best boxers of all time. 100%.
Really? Damn.
One of the best boxers of all time. Unreal. The guy went, I think it was 89 fights without losing, in a row.
Yeah.
Without losing, and he's got like a record of 100 and something wins and barely any losses. The guy is incredible. Absolutely incredible boxer, right? His son, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., he was a world champion. He was a very, very good boxer.
Yeah.
Very good boxer. And he's got a great record as well, at one point. Now he's not nearly as good, okay? He fought Canelo a couple years ago, got absolutely battered by him, and he recently lost to MMA fighter Anderson Silva. He's just not nearly as good as he once was. So this is yet again another instance of Jake Paul taking advantage of people who were not nearly as good as they were, and fighting them when they're fucking terrible, basically, and trying to make it out as if they're the same person as they was years ago, which is absolute bullshit. Also, he tried to make it out online as if Canelo barely beat him. So I had to search it up, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. The judges had him winning unanimous decision, and I believe one of them had him 120-108, meaning he won all 12 rounds. So to say that he barely beat him is an absolute fucking joke. Jake Paul is an absolute delusional cunt. I have no clue why people think this fight is worth the watch. It is not worth the watch at all. Chavez Jr. is not nearly as good as he was. That is just a fact. He's past his prime, and I don't get how people aren't just seeing a pattern with Jake Paul's opponents at this point. That he's just picking people who are at their worst. The only guy he fought who was in his prime was Tommy Fury, and he got battered by him. Come on, that's the only person he fought who was actually in their prime, and his age, and was currently fighting. That's the only person. I'm not being funny. Apart from that, he fought two professional boxers, which, to be fair, is like the way of going up, and they had good records as well. But let's be honest for a second, they were shit. Let's watch those fights and watch them perform. They were shit. The one guy, the black guy, he was shitting himself in that fight. And the other guy didn't even turn up in shape. So it's just a fucking joke, right? Yeah. And the fact people are making it out as if he's like this rising star is pathetic. And now he's fighting another person who's out of his prime. And he will beat this man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he will beat Chavez Jr. And like, people are saying, oh, who's going to win? He will win. It's just a fact, he will win. And it's not going to be shocking. And people are going to make it out as if it is. I just,
pisses you off, really?
It pisses me off. Yeah. He lost to Anderson Silva, who Jake Paul beat years ago. 2 years ago, Jake Paul beat Anderson Silva, and Chavez Jr. lost to him. It's just, it's fucking embarrassing how thick people are. Anyway, what's your take on it?
Yeah, it's a piss take.
No, it is a piss take, mind, isn't it? It is a piss take. But are you seeing what he's doing now, Jake Paul?
Yeah, he's just finding people who are past their prime to fight, so he can call himself a winner and, you know, get the shock value of, I've just beat, you know.
Yeah, well, mate, he was going on about, I've beat a world champion, Mike Tyson. Oh, just
Shut
piss
up.
Piss off, you fucking silly cunt. It's not... Come on, man. You've given... you're just taking advantage of the guy. Giving him all the riches in the world and saying all this, and you're just putting his health at risk, really. And I bet he's just done the same thing with this guy. This guy's done. He's shot. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's not who he once was. That's just a fact. And oh man, it's embarrassing. And I just, I hope he comes out of this fight okay. But Jake Paul will win this fight. If he doesn't win this fight, then forget him ever being even a decent boxer, because he will win this fight. That's just it. Cesar Chavez is not what he once was. I saw a clip of him on Twitter recently in the fight with Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva's got his hands down on the ropes, and Chavez Jr. is going like this. It's just embarrassing. Just stop. Innit? Just stop. And people think he's going to beat Jake Paul. It's not happening. It's not happening. But yeah. You haven't got much to say, have you?
No.
I've just got a massive rant there. Okay, 6-minute rant. Cool. Yeah, so we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bam.